Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about how do we find the hybrid orbitals and the number of pure orbitals. That is, if I take one example like acetylene. Let me take one example, acetylene. Acetylene is having the following structure. In acetylene, there are two carbon atoms, carbon atom 1, carbon atom 2. Carbon atom 1 and carbon atom 2. So when I am focusing on carbon atom 1, C1, how many sigma bonds are there? How many sigma bonds are there? One here and another one here. So if you just observe, it is going to be 2 sigma bonds. So you just write it as 2 sigma bonds. Next, how many pi bonds does it have? So let me take the pointer. How many pi bonds? Here to that carbon, first carbon, there are 2 pi bonds. So we are going to write it as 2 pi bonds. So how many pi bonds? 2 pi bonds. Then to the carbon atom 1, how many hybrid orbitals? Since there are 2 pi bonds, the hybridization is sp. Since it is sp, you will be getting 2 hybrid orbitals. How many hybrid orbitals, children? 2 hybrid orbitals. Similarly, if I just find it for C2. When I am coming to C2, you just observe how many sigma bonds, one here, one here. It is in a similar fashion. Got it? So it is going to give you 2 sigma bonds. Then one more point, how many pi bonds? 2 pi bonds. 2 pi bonds means, children, which hybridization? sp. So how many hybrid orbitals? 2 hybrid orbitals. Totally this is having how many hybrid orbitals? How many? 4 hybrid orbitals. Totally, how many? Acetylene is having 4 hybrid orbitals. Any doubts? Okay. Now, I'll move on to the next slide. How to find pure orbitals. Okay. Got it? Now, if I'm just focusing on this, number of pure orbitals. So, number of pure orbitals is equals to, what is the formula shortcut? Number of other atoms plus 2 into number of pi bonds. 2 into number of pi bonds. Children, now number of other atoms in this compound, I'll change the color. Number of other atoms, there are 2 hydrogen atoms. Other atoms are which one? Hydrogens. How many number? 2. 2 plus, how many pi bonds are there? 2 into 2 pi bonds. One is with respect to carbon 1, then one with respect to carbon 2 we have seen in the earlier slide. So, the answer it is going to be 2 plus 4, 6. Now, they are asking you what is the ratio. We will move on to the ratio. Please make a note of this. Yes. Now you got number of pure orbitals as how much? 6. So now similarly you work out for the ratio. I'll take the other color. Ratio of hybrid orbitals is to pure orbitals. If I take it, excuse me, it is going to be how many? 4 pure orbitals. How many it is going to be? 6. So simple ratio it will be 2:3. So this ends with this concept of learning the ratio of hybrid orbitals and pure orbitals. Understood, children?